for it to be cooked medium.
Yeah.
But the fact that they didn't ask how we want it to be cooked means that they probably have to cook it at a certain level. Because usually they'll ask what level of cookedness you would like if it's a good quality meat, right?
Yeah.
So, it turned out to be a pretty well done burger. The patty was fine. I guess a little disappointing, to be honest. The toppings, the mushrooms and onions and cheese were really good. I felt like they didn't skimp out on the cheese. The bun, a little pedestrian, and it had some Dijon mustard on it.
Okay.
And some sort of other sauce, I believe. I think it was a combination of sauces. The sauces, along with the onions and mushrooms, were really good. The rest of it, meh.
Yeah. You like the onions, though?
I love the onions. I'm a big onion guy.
Yeah, but they slid out. They slapped me in the chin. They did the pickle effect, and I've never been treated that way by an onion.
Oh man, that's. No, I liked all those aspects of it. I mean, as soon as you got your burger, you opened it up, put ketchup on it, and looked at it like, oh boy, these onions.
Yeah. I was disappointed, but once again, I knew what I was getting myself into. It was going to be a surprise. Could have gone either way.
So let's get to rating the burger. Scarolie's past Emporium. We got the burgers. Matthew, what'd you think of the burger? Let's rate the burger.
Oh, okay. Well, it's probably not going to be great. I have an affection for Scarolie's.
Yeah. So
Past
I thought maybe that
Emporium.
would influence your rating positively.
Yeah. Well, if I was writing a review on Yelp or something, I'm going to say best burgers in the West. Probably what I'd say. But I'd be lying because I do not think they are. Jukebox was pretty good compared to this.
I mean, we've been to two places in the West Island, and
Yep.
Jukebox burgers we probably can easily say that we preferred.
Yeah. If we were doing a lasagna show, this place probably gets top vote. My top vote.
I feel like it's worth mentioning
Yeah.
now that you brought up lasagna. For the longest time, for most of my life, if someone asked, "What is your favorite food?" the answer was lasagna. And only in maybe the past 5 to 8 years did burgers supplant lasagna.
Really?
And then maybe I think talking about that is part of why we're doing this podcast. I was like, you know what? Because burgers can be made in so many different ways.
Yeah. So good lasagnas.
I suppose.
Not that many, actually.
Yeah, it's a little more limited.
Eggplant, vegetarian lasagna.
Yeah, meat, but you could still do different things. My mom puts hard-boiled egg pieces in them.
That sounds
That's just. It sounds a little weird, but it's only like in one layer of the sauce. It's good, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll give your mom that. I feel like it would be fine.
You bet.
So had I met you, well, I've known you a long time, but had we had we decided to do this 10 years ago, it may have been
a lasagna
edition.
podcast, and it would have been done by now.
It's true. We would have exhausted. Not every place serves lasagna.
Exactly.
So I'm going to have to give this burger with the Nightcrawler onions, the Heinz ketchup on the plate.
Yeah.
The
That's not
lackluster.
the burger. That's just presentation. I mean.
Yeah, but it goes on the burger.
Yeah, okay.
The lackluster patty.
Mm-hmm.
The uninspired buns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give it. What did I give last week? I gave it a 5, I think.
Where did we go last week?
So many burgers, man. No time to.
Oh, the movie theater.
Yeah. Am I going to say it's worse than a movie theater burger? No, I won't. 6. This gets a 6.
Did I give it a 6 as well last week?
You gave it 5.5.
5.5?
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to shoot.
That's hard.
It is hard.
It doesn't seem like it deserves a 6.
No.
I'm going to give it a 5.5 because if I gave it last week, this just has to get slightly better than the burger from the theater. So it's getting a 5.5 from me. That's official. Scarolie's burger, Matthew gives it a 5.5. Not great, but don't get their burgers. Get pasta.
Yeah. If you're at the Pasta Emporium, take a hint.
Yeah.
Get pasta. I struggle with this burger a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the bun was so plain. I could buy it at the grocery store myself, and it's really just nothing special. The patty, nothing special. It would have been something else if they made it the same meat as the meatball. And I didn't even try their meatballs, but I can only assume that they're better than this. They probably put some breadcrumbs in there and a little extra spices, things like that.
Yeah.
If they were as good as the meatballs, we might really be talking about something special here, some real serious, even with the bun as is. The mushrooms, the onions, the combination of Dijon and the other sauce, I forget what it was, something sweet though, with the choice of putting both cheeses on it. These are all good elements, but without the meat to back it up, without the bun to back it up, it's not special enough. I'm sad to say that it's weird. The ingredients are better than the Cineplex burger from last week, but the execution on the Cineplex burger, even though it was not great, there was more effort and thought put into it than this burger.
Yeah.
And so I liked the restaurant. The experience was great. I spent $50. I mean, I had a nice glass of wine and stuff. I had coffee. They gave us dessert.
The burger was $12.
The burger, I think that also should be noted. The burger was $12. We got an entree of you got a Caesar salad. I got a really nice minestrone soup. We each got our burger and fries, fine. And we each got a piece of cake for dessert.
Yeah.
And it was some real rich chocolatey cake.
It was good.
I don't even know what kind of cake that was. It was like a chocolate mousse cake type of thing. It was very rich, very delicious.
And the service was very,
the service
very
was
delightful.
A1, impeccable.
Yeah, and for $12.
That's a really good price. So maybe we need to factor in that we got all that and we got a bit of a disappointing burger, but sure, fine. That's not bad.
Yeah.
If we were at like a little, no-name diner and we got the exact same thing, we wouldn't have been so upset.
Exactly.
We would have been a lot happier. So I think you need to factor that in. If you still feel the same way about that score, Matthew. But I stand by that I'm rating the burger on the burger. Context can inform things, but the burger is what's getting the rating.
I wish we had done restaurant experience and burger ratings separately. We haven't done restaurant
Well, we're a little too many episodes in for us to start changing that.
That's true.
We talk about the restaurant's experience. It was a good experience.
Yeah.
The restaurant's beautiful, smells great, great service, most of the food great. The burger, though, basically everything I ate today I enjoyed except the burger.
Yeah.
The burger was just fine. Matthew, you know the rating scale.
Just fine.
It's a 5-point burger.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed to rate it that low because there were elements about it, the onions, the mushrooms, the cheese, the sauce, that were good. But that's just the window dressing. I can't rate this burger more than a 5. I'm sorry, Scarolie's Past Emporium. I wish I could give you a higher rating, but this is a burger podcast. I'm totally down to go back and eat some pasta sometime.
Let's do a lasagna podcast at some point.
Okay, once we
2-3 episodes will be done, and then
once we exhaust all of our burger options for the city, we'll move on to Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at lunch lasagna edition,
or lasagna time is what I call it.
Lasagna time? Why not? So Scarolie's Past Emporium for your burger. I'm sorry, but you only get a 5.
It's fair. Yeah, I think Mr. Scarolie will be okay with that.
Do you think there's a Mrs. Scarolie sitting in the back?
Kind of like The Godfather.
Yeah, he's just always sitting in a corner sipping on a very small glass of wine, just that little bowl-shaped one.
Yeah.
Not like a full glass of wine, just a little kupa. And almost never sipping at it, though. Basically just sitting there with a hat on in the corner.
Yeah. If you would come out and be like, you don't like my burgers? We'll give you a nice presentation. You get this Caesar salad, glass of wine. The waiter's nice to you.
We got a birthday staff here, a staff birthday.
Sure, we're friendly.
We're all nice. We got these nice Italian leather menus. Yeah. We're singing happy birthday. Your friend's not even applauding you. Well, I don't understand what you're so upset. We spiced up your French fries. What are you coming here ordering French fries for?
Crapping all over our burgers. Get out of here. Don't even look at the sauce on your way out. It's not for sale. It's not for you.
You get out of here.
Oh. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. I don't know if there's a Mr. Scarolie, and if there is, maybe he is long since passed.
I mean, for all we know, he's still vibrant and verbose and would be like, "Hey, you like a burger?"
Just I guess they're both stereotypes.
This, like weak. You don't like the burger. What's the matter, you? But I guess we want to hightail it out there before Mr. Scarolie came out to threaten us vaguely.
That's true, and you did not have a graceful exit.
Not at all. Not at all. We had a great meal. I thought we were very cordial with our waiter. I tipped him pretty decently, and then as I was leaving, instead of pushing my chair out, I figured I was going to like dismount it like a stool or a horse. I tried lifting my right leg over the back of the chair, but it was a high-backed chair. I didn't know what I was thinking.
These are shoulder height chairs.
Yeah. Well, no.
When you're sitting down.
And I tried to like kick my right leg over the whole back of the chair. Almost knocked the chair over. Almost fell over. Trying to catch my balance, I almost knocked another chair over. I looked like Goofy out there. I don't know what was going on. I almost knocked over 2 chairs and fell down, but managed to save myself. Not gracefully, but managed to like not fall down or knock anything down. Made a lot of noise.
Yes, because the restaurant was virtually empty.
There was like one other table. They happened to be sitting like 5 feet away from us. And then the staff sitting at another table about 5 feet away from us.
Yeah.
So everyone in the restaurant sees me just kicking over a chair, apparently. The woman sitting behind me must have watched my stupid dismount from my chair. And she laughed. She's like, "Oh, I thought you were going down. I was ready to jump up and help you." I was like, I'm glad you didn't have to. You shouldn't have even thought about helping me, because I was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I was embarrassed, but still proud that I didn't actually fall down.
Or knock the chairs over, yeah.
It would have been pretty embarrassing that we have this nice meal and then like, I, a 30-year-old man, came to this nice Italian restaurant to have a hamburger and then just kick down a chair and fall down like an oaf.
We had a glass of wine in the afternoon. That's why.
I was in the one glass of wine and I'm just like, I don't know how to use a chair anymore.
Well, the waiter, the guy who came up, he was coming up too, and he heard the noise, and he was like, "Don't let him drive home."
Yeah, well, they were said that with a big smile. That was very joking.
But it was still. And I warned you prior to all this getting up and leaving thing that
that whole thing.
I warned you that these chairs are back heavy.
That's true. That's true. You mentioned how you are used to knocking over these chairs because you keep your coat on the back of it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I was a little remiss to push my chair out.
Yeah.
But I was saying, oh no, that's why you put your coat on another chair like I did. Didn't matter. I almost knocked over both chairs.
Way you're just spreading the weight out so you can knock over more chairs. That's not the way to go.
That's it. Instead of knocking over one chair, I nearly knocked over 2 and myself.
And then when we were outside.
Yeah.
And my back was turned to you the first time that you fell. And so I turned because I heard all this noise.
And you saw me like on 1 foot holding 2 chairs.
Yeah, just grasping. And I even mentioned to the other the woman who offered to help. I was like, I missed it. And she's like, yeah, you really did. Like, you missed the shot.
It was a sight to behold. Yeah. I wish it could have been caught on camera. I couldn't recreate such a dumb move.
Yeah. And then when we were walking outside, not a minute later, I was walking in front, and then all of a sudden I felt your back hit the back of my legs. And I was like, what is happening? I turned back and you were like in mid-fall, but slow motion. And you were just lying on the ground. And you got up pretty quickly. I think I helped you up. But I was like, what you're just falling all over the place.
That's usually how I fall. That I'm trying to prevent my fall so much that I am going down. The momentum's going, but I'm going to soften it. So it's a real slow motion fall.
Yeah.
I'm very rarely like Flintstone flopping, just like legs out and I fall down. It's usually more of like, oh, here we go. Oh, no.
It's like you're ready. It's like when you're jumping out of a car, you brace yourself.
Exactly.
You tuck and roll.
Exactly. And basically what happened, just to be clear, you mentioned that I fell, but not how. It was very slippery today. It was freezing rain.
It wasn't slippery inside the restaurant.
Well, no. That was just a very poor series of choices. But yeah, as soon as we stepped outside, basically, we didn't leave the strip mall yet before I slipped and kind of like rolled into you very slowly. I mean, I slipped and my knee hit the ground and then it was already off balance.